Maureen Steinwall has built Steinwall Inc. into a leading custom molder since buying the business from her father, Carl Steinwall, in 1985. In the process, the company has broken new ground in employee training. Everything from how to have a good work attitude in Orient Me, the award-winning computer-based training method for new hires, to video instructions for each job at the press on an iPad. Coon Rapids, Minnesota-based Steinwall has major customers in John Deere, Frigidaire Electrolux, Itron, and most recently Bosch. New medical job molding includes molding the Philips medical pill dispensing system. Steinwall devotes a lot of resources to training. The company launched Orient Me in the late 1980s and cut down on employee turnover. A decade ago, Steinwall pioneered video screens at the presses to show employees what good parts look like, how to trim parts, even how to assemble the shipping box. Now the company is replacing the old looped videos with Apple iPads mounted on each machine, running PowerPoint presentations of work instructions. The company also uses Paulson Training Program.
Something that's very specific to Steinwall is our emphasis on knowledge management. And in simplistic terms, knowledge management is the identification, the archiving, and the retrieval of important information such as work instructions, setup data. And to automate that, we chose to implement the iPad technology. To do so, we used PowerPoints and have a template, which you then put such things as the quality, important information for quality, and for work instructions, and for packaging. And we then create movies that are played on the iPad. The operator can fast forward, reverse, whatever they're going to need in order to identify the particular information they're going to want to have to do their job well. We then took this idea and went one step further and are now creating work instructions or capturing the data for setting up the press. So the setup technicians now are going to each have an iPad where they can call up the mold number and per press have a screenshot of that controller, of that robot controller, of how to water the mold, and be able to literally start the work site based on the information found in the iPad.
Sales hit a company record of $19.1 million in fiscal year 2011. That's a 50% increase from business during the recession and nearly 3 times the level of 2001. Steinwall employs 122 and will have 48 injection presses once it commences with the Bosch transfer work this year. Clamping forces range from 40 to 1,750 tons. Steinwall started using IQMS ERP software in recent years and is steadily expanding its use. To communicate quality performance to employees, the company uses a simple method of billable hours, which calculates the amount of time spent doing work that customers have paid for. The single number is a measurement of production efficiency and quality.
And billable hours is a relatively simple calculation of run hours times the efficiencies, particularly in this case cycle times. And so for an example, if you have a 30-second cycle time quoted, but you ran at 33 seconds, it would be a 90% efficiency. So if you ran 24 hours, you would then minimize the billable hours back by 90%.
Maureen Steinwall has worked to hire young people with the idea that at some point ownership will transfer to the employees. People under 40 hold 2/3 of the customer contact and management jobs. Half the high-wage jobs are held by women. Maureen Steinwall has been a member of SPI since 1996. She has been a steadfast SPI leader, seeing activism in SPI as a key component to industry success.
But it's also important for the company to invest in a trade association that's sole purpose is to ensure that the industry has a macro environment that is politically favorable for our ability to survive. And plastics is attacked by a lot of external folks, and without SPI helping the legislators understand the dynamics, we could have a tremendous amount of legislative burden that we don't have.